Dubas now on the thought of matching up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. I like this one.
Yeah, I think our hope and how I look at it is we have to control those 30 games that we play, and we have to put ourselves in the best, regardless of who our opponent is and where we're at. We have to, number one, we have to secure our spot there. I think the minute that you start to take your focus off of being at your best night in and night out, and competing night in and night out, like you see now, Florida's, they're firing on all cylinders and they're coming. Buffalo, they're coming. Ottawa went into the break hot and they're rolling along. Detroit's had those stretches as well. So I think the minute that we start to lose our focus is the minute that we're going to really start to give it back, and that's not what we want to do. Our hope is to continue to chip away at it, put together a strong month here, and then stack that on with next month and see if we can chip away at the lead that Boston has. And I think, as everyone knows, Tampa's right there on us. So we can't take anything for granted for a second, especially in this division, in this conference.
You know what, Sammy? Can we go right into his playing the lesser teams, and then we'll just kind of
perfect
overlook all of that.
Yep.
Well, I would like us to play really well against the non-playoff teams. Those are important points for us. And frankly speaking, I think we've been a bit better this year, but these are areas where I'm looking to see growth from our team, right? And going back to the previous question about what the rest of the stretch means, you're always looking for signs of growth, and I think this is a stretch for us to do that. These are important games for us. They're 2 points every night, whether we're playing Boston or Tampa or playing teams that are currently outside the playoff picture. So these are important for us and our own growth. And then with regards to Austin, I think it's good to see him back on the ice and skating, but we're going to be very cautious, obviously, with him and where he's at. And he's obviously non-contact today. He'll need to be in contact before he gets back in.
See, I got so much out of those two. So much.
Good. Glad someone did.
And that is, like, we're not mailing in 30 games here. We're not cruising towards focusing on playing Tampa Bay. He hates his team the last few years, giving up points to the Montreals and the Buffaloes and the Arizonas. It's driving him nuts.
Yeah, it's driven us all nuts.
Okay? We have that in common.
And to sit there and say that you're one of the top 5 teams in the NHL this year during the regular season, and he thinks that they're a bit better than last year at that. A bit better.
Okay.
Like, come on. Like, he's pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But if they're just a bit better here, then like something's wrong. We should have nipped this in the bud, is what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
To not be able to play well against lesser teams, leaving points on the table here. So I think that was a stern warning to all of those players, is that I'm watching you.
It's just, for me, Kip, I'm so obsessed with playoffs right now. And I know it's February 10th. I know that's stupid, but like all those playoffs, these games, like I kind of feel for the players going into playing Columbus, Chicago, or whatever it is. Like, he's giving them the warning, we should be better. Like,
be a pro.
But
How
does
about
it tell us anything about their odds against Tampa Bay?
I think yes.
Okay.
I think if he doesn't see the growth, then it should be a bit of a warning to you, is that you shouldn't trust them in the first round like you haven't trusted them for the past 6 seasons. This at that time of year.
Yeah.
He's looking for growth still. He hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Here he is in his, 4th year as general manager?
Just
and
like,
he's looking for growth against lesser teams.
People lose to these teams, though. It's the NHL. Boston's lost to Arizona this year, Seattle.
Nobody's lost like they've lost.
No, they've had their share of.
Yes. You can't, try to compare the Leafs to other teams in this fact. They cost themselves how many points last year?
This really does, though.
Just losing to Buffalo. Losing to Montreal.
Really does feel like if you went around the league and looked at everyone's schedule and asked their fans, Tampa Bay getting shelled by whoever it is, Boston's lost their share of games to bad teams. Like, I don't know. I agree that it's been a thing.
That includes 2 playoff losses to Columbus and Montreal, who you should have flat out beat with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like that issue spoke to a bigger issue about lack of killer instinct, right? That was the theme after the postseason, lack of killer instinct. I don't feel like that's as relevant to this team. Anyway.